Everywhere I have gone, I have seen men and women who wanted to leave this country a better place to live in than they found it.
When you understand our presidents, you understand our history. I think most Americans have no idea how much we live in Lyndon Johnson's America.
This is the president's first tour of economically distressed urban and rural areas since he announced his War on Poverty campaign.
LBJ was the 36th president of the United States, and in so many ways, a force of nature. He was a master of the political process. He understood how that worked, but he also understood the human psyche and how that worked.
We have, in 1964, a unique opportunity and obligation.
Lyndon Johnson grew up in Johnson City, Texas, very small hill country town with no electricity, no running water. And for much of his boyhood, grew up in poverty.
My first job after college was as a teacher in Cotulla, Texas. You never forget what poverty and hatred can do when you see its scars on the hopeful face of a young child.
LBJ knew firsthand what poverty looked like, and he also knew its sting. And in teaching these Mexican-American kids, he saw not only poverty, much deeper than he had experienced in Johnson City, but he saw the ravages of bigotry and racism and racial injustice.
It never even occurred to me in my fondest dreams that I might have the chance to help the sons and daughters of those students and to help people like them all over this country. But now I do have that chance. And I'll let you in on a secret. I mean to use it.
LBJ was a tornado in pants. He just had this incredible energy, ambition, and desire to do things for people.
And this administration today, here and now, declares unconditional war on poverty in America.
At the time, 1 out of every 5 Americans lived in poverty. 22% of Americans lived below the poverty line. And LBJ wanted to do something about that. And given the power of the presidency, started aiming at programs that would help those who had been left behind economically.
But we shall not rest until that war is won. The richest nation on earth can afford to win it. We cannot afford to lose it.
There had been poverty programs put into place by other administrations. The difference for the war on poverty that LBJ waged is its sheer pervasiveness. Medicaid, Medicare, Community Action, Head Start, and Job Corps. It was much bigger than anyone had previously imagined.
For the war against poverty will not be won here in Washington. It must be won in the field, in every private home, in every public office, from the courthouse to the White House.
These programs that LBJ put through were not temporary measures. They became permanent fixtures interwoven into the fabric of American society. This idea of the social safety net really came into play during the Great Depression, and it's that philosophy that Lyndon Johnson carried into his administration, knowing that government could be an instrument of positive change.
Our aim is not only to relieve the symptom of poverty, but to cure it, and above all, to prevent it.